Hello, artist. Now that you've dressed and made your paper plate loom, it's time to begin weaving on it. Get some yarn and have it already cut off, maybe 2 arm lengths. You don't want too much or it might not, and too little will just be too little. You're going to stick the end of this yarn you got through that hole in the middle of your plate. Remember, using a pencil to help poke it through and then flipping it over to pull through the back is very helpful. Once you've pulled it to the back, tie the end of this yarn to another yarn you have on the back of your plate, or perhaps you tape it on the back too. Then we're ready to weave. I like to take my yarn and hold it in a big ball in my hand. The pattern is always over, under, over, under. So the yarn that we already put on when we dress the loom, we're going to go over it and then under it and over it and under it. It doesn't matter which direction on the plate you go. Just pick one and stick to it. So here I go. I'm starting over that one and under the second one, over the third, and then under the fourth one. Over, under, over, and under. I'm holding my ball of yarn so that I can pull it all over and under each time. Once I've reached around and made a full circle one time, I'm going to pull the yarn tight so that it all comes together in a big crisscross star. And then I'll continue my over, under, around. Look, when I do this, it kind of makes a spiral. And then, grabbing the hunk of yarn, I'm going to gently pull to tighten it and continue weaving over, under, around, and around. Once I've moved past the first couple times around, I should pull it every 3 times. So over, under, pull, over, pull, over, under, pull. When you've reached the end of the yarn, stop before you have too little. You want to have enough to go to the edge of the plate plus some sticking out. Get a new piece of yarn and you're going to tie it simply with a basic overhand knot to the old yarn. You want to double tie this, double knot it so that it is nice and tight, but do not make a bow of it. And at this point, you want to leave those tails hanging on. That way, they stay nice and strong. Look back where you left off and continue over, under, over, under. Sometimes your yarn might get into a big snaggle of a ball, and you might think that this is very frustrating. So I have an idea for you. You can take a scrap piece of cardboard to help organize your yarn so it doesn't get knotted and tied. Just a piece of cardboard, not very big. Cut a little slit into the top of it. Slide the end of your yarn through that slit. And then gently wrap your yarn around the cardboard so that you can use this as like a needle or as like a tool that helps you weave. It's going to come off of the cardboard, so don't wrap it too tightly, but then it will help you go under and over all of the warp strings. You continue this pattern. When you reach the end of your yarn, leave enough to tie on the new color. Tie on the new color with a double knot. Don't cut the tails. If you want to use that piece of cardboard, you can, so wrap it nicely on there and finish weaving. I also wanted to show you some inspirational woven images for you as you're creating your piece. Maybe you'll use it to finish your piece and make something inspired by an image you see here.